Oh my God. Yeah, in case you're wondering, this is... I looked up where Todd got his brown leather jacket for the announcement of Fallout 4. And I found that he ordered it from... He talked about it in an interview. He ordered it from a store out of, I believe, the UK called Soul Revolver. And it was the Cafe Racer jacket. So because I'm a weirdo, for our 8-hour Starfield critique, I ordered one. Respect the drip, as my little brother would say. And it didn't get here in time for the critique. So now I just have a random leather jacket. But I'm going to crank the air, okay? I'm going to crank the air. Yeah, bro pulled out the holy garb. Yeah, I mean, it's an event, dude. 20 seconds, here we go. Okay, I'm going to mute. I'm going to mute these notifications. You guys are amazing. Thank you for all of that. Let's get into it. Shiro, Julian, Pedzi, thank you guys for those memberships and subs. Let's see it. Here we go. Oblivion. Oh, let's see it. Bethesda. Virtuos. Sexual themes, that's what's up.
They would take it to the tower. They're behind us. This ends here.
You hold our future in your hands.
They still have the audio.
Take with you my blessings and the hope of the Empire.
Looks pretty good.
And close shut the jaws of Oblivion.
Yep, they are going with the remastered branding. Let's see why. Instead of remake. I think they could get away with calling this a remake based on what we've seen.
Here we are 20 years later.
Todd!
When you think about the Elder Scrolls, to us it goes beyond game franchise.
Yeah, it's the DNA of Bethesda Game Studios.
Obviously, we're working on the 6th chapter here, but what's great about the Elder Scrolls is being able to look back at all of the chapters, Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind, Daggerfall, Arena, and each of them try to define role-playing games and open-world games for their generation.
Fans got so connected with the worlds we've made and these stories we're telling, and it's really amazing.
Oblivion was a real defining moment in the series and for how we make games as a studio. I think when it comes to a remaster, we want people to feel the way they did then, but it's still a game of its time. You want to keep those bones in place. You want some of that old charm.
Coming back to Oblivion now with this tremendous visual update is absolutely amazing. It's the world I remember, but better.
There's so much there, both for the Elder Scrolls world and also this evolution of our games, I think is really, really important for people to take a look back at.
Looking back, and
they just dropped it. You can download it.
Accomplished in the past 20 years, and working with these people, like, it's really special.
Everyone, start the downloads.
Yeah, there are still quite a few people that I've worked with for that long, and it sort of gave me the warm fuzzies.
That's cool.
Oh my God, it's been 20 years. I think the thing that gets me the most is the music. Like when you hear that music at the main menu, there's just like, there's this like flood of nostalgia.
Oblivion is the beginning of who I am as an individual, as a game developer.
I was birthed from
starts
it.
with this.
I don't even think it took me till release to realize how big this was.
People loved it. Like, they loved it.
Such a key moment in our history of making games and the evolution of how we build these worlds, and having players be able to come back and experience that is really amazing. We had that really special moment of coming out into the world for the first time, what that meant to this game.
Every time we think about Oblivion, it's, what if we could give that moment to everybody again?
And now we do.
I was born 87 years ago.
It's been 87 years.
For 65 years, I've ruled as Tamriel's emperor.
Oh, the original comparison?
For all these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams.
It's just him with a facelift.
I have
Imagine
seen
that.
the gates of Oblivion.
Oh, baby.
Which no waking eye may see.
Night and day, dude. Damn. So this is Avowed too. Who knew?
Whether you're reliving these moments or experiencing them for the first time, the world of Oblivion Remastered immediately looks and feels incredible. When we decided to remaster Oblivion, we were really picky about finding the right partner. From the very beginning of this project, we had one rule. We weren't going to do this if we weren't going to be able to do it right. Our partners at Virtuous went above and beyond to bring our vision to life. The care and love they've poured into the Oblivion Remaster has been absolutely breathtaking.
Welcome to Paris, and welcome to Virtuous. Our team here has been hard at work delivering the best remastered Oblivion experience possible. We've worked with Bethesda Game Studios on other projects in the past, so we know what makes that team and their games special.
Damn!
We wanted to make the remaster more friendly to gamers with modern hardware. This is Oblivion in its most complete form.
About time someone got here. Huzzah!
Those familiar with only some Elder
Jeez,
Scrolls lore
dude.
will now be able to experience the events that set the stage for Skyrim. You embark on an epic journey to stop the Mythic Dawn cult.
The time of cleansing draws
Oh, baby.
nigh.
From unleashing the Daedric Prince of Destruction.
What was the Oblivion Crisis? What happened to the previous Emperor of Cyrodiil? Why are there only 8 divines instead of 9? In addition to the core game, the remaster contains all add-ons, including story expansions, Shivering Isles, and Knights of the Nine, so you get the full experience.
On a personal level, it was really important to me to ensure that we're preserving the magic of the original experience. At the end of the day, we're all fans too.
This is a dream project for me, right? I'm a fan. I have been always a fan.
Well, I played Oblivion for perhaps 10,000 hours.
Oblivion was my first Elder Scrolls game, and it was one of the games that made me want to be a game developer.
The best way to describe it would be to call it a love letter.
You will find your own path.
Dude.
But there will be blood and death before the end.
They were able to clean up the audio too. It sounds good. It sounds way better than the original packaged version.
The technology we used to create the original was cutting edge at the time, but tools have come a long way since then.
The original Oblivion is still the heart and soul of the remaster, but we use Unreal Engine 5 to help achieve all our visual goals. We think of the Oblivion game engine as the brain and Unreal 5 as the body. The brain drives all the world logic and gameplay, and the body brings to life the experience that players have loved for almost 20 years.
But it's not just about pure fidelity. We knew we had to preserve the distinct style, making it as uniquely Oblivion as possible.
The brush opens a portal into the painting. You're stuck here like I am.
Damn, dude.
The Isles, a wonderful place. Good for a visit. Or eternity.
We've leveraged nearly every major feature from the latest version of Unreal 5.
our goal was to push the visuals to the next level using the latest technologies. We created brand new, highly detailed character models and stunning landscapes that use...
Even just the fur looks so much better. It's just wild. Also, just in case you guys are not aware, it's out like right now. Like right now. So if you if you've not done it, let's see. Hold on, let me check. And then we'll keep going through this. Yeah. Out now. Look at that. $50. Also kind of what we expect. I was expecting 40, but 50. I can live with 50. I'm going to start downloading it so we can play it right after this is over, okay? Okay. Go team. Downloading now. Watch as like all their servers crash. Okay, continuing.
Use millions of polygons in each asset.
I think it's on
allowing us a
Steam too,
truly
yeah.
impressive level of detail in the world. Every single asset in this game was completely redesigned and handcrafted from scratch.
We implemented an advanced real-time lighting system that accurately simulates how light interacts with the environment. This results in...
Dude, even just the little stuff, like watch how the heat filter above the rocks, it like creates that wavy effect on it.
This simulates how light interacts
Creation engine could never.
with the
Look at
environment.
that, Jesus.
This results in more realistic lighting and atmospheric effects. While the original game had limited dynamic shadows, now the entire world reacts naturally to light.
Shadows, check yes.
We used an incredible new lip sync technology that really enhanced performance in our characters.
He left us a warning. Heed it!
And Real Tools helped us create the base mesh of our characters. From there, our artists sculpt each race individually to adapt it to the mesh, allowing us to share the model, rig, and textures. As a result, all races, including Argonians, Orcs, and Khajiits, are built on the same base mesh, making the lip sync system more effective even
They
when
still
the
can have that
characters have very
Oblivion,
different facial features.
Welcome to the guild.
We have access to so many modern rendering features. You'll see them in something as simple as running through a forest. Insects flying around, fish swimming in the water, light filtering through the leaves. Thanks to these technological advances, you feel even more immersed in this living, breathing world. You'll really believe you're in Cyrodiil.
You really feel like a more complicated assignment. I would like you to retrieve a carved panel from the central chamber of the High Fane.
Dude, those arrow sounds, that's a throwback.
It's not just visuals that we've modernized in the remaster. It's gameplay.
Now, this is what I'm curious about.
It's UI and UX. It's audio. We've updated features and systems across the board.
We've changed the approach to leveling, which I think will make a lot of people happy. It's inspired by the leveling systems of both Oblivion and Skyrim, so it's the best of both worlds. We were able to fully recreate the character models, creating a physicality that feels more human. You see that in places like combat animations, where there's a lot more separation between the upper and lower body, and all the animations have more flourish. Combat in the original Oblivion didn't have sound effects, visual effects, or hit reactions. Now you'll get blood splatters, sparks, and controller feedback. You know, it's a little thing, but little things add up to make the combat more modern and engaging.
There's a proper third-person perspective now. The original had third-person, but there was no crosshair, and we felt the experience could be modernized. One of our goals was to have a third-person view that compared to Starfield in terms of playability. Now, the third-person perspective has all the same control you get from the first-person view.
You have my ear, citizen.
When Oblivion first launched,
Greetings. How goes it? How are you?
disk storage limits meant we couldn't have unique voiceovers for all the races. So we've gone back and recorded new lines of dialogue.
Hell yeah.
Each race represented in the game now sounds unique.
Can't stand the sight of those creatures.
We also made sure to keep in all of the quirkier dialogue.
I really like the way they say hello. Sometimes it's so random, and then they just, hi there.
Hi there.
But it's like so nice and creepy at the same time.
Stop! You violated the law.
Stop! You violated the law.
Stop, criminal scum!
Stop right there, criminal scum.
Cheese for everyone.
Cheese for everyone!
I'm glad they kept that stuff.
We are going to steal one of the Elder Scrolls from the Imperial Palace. You need to find the reading room.
Which one? The fourth one?
The blind priests will deliver a scroll to you there. Do not speak to the priests. They're blindfolded. I've chosen you because you are the best. Good luck.
Not great for security to have all of them blindfolded. Just saying.
Stop! You violated the law. Your stolen goods are now forfeit. Then pay with your blood.
No.
As games have developed over the past 20 years, players have come to expect a certain suite of tools and controls.
Like sprinting. Sprinting is an interesting one because it was such a big debate internally among our teams. Some of us were absolute purists, but ultimately, we decided it's 2025 and people are going to want to sprint. In fact, all of the character locomotion has been completely redone from scratch, and that has a huge impact from the very beginning of the game.
Every single updated or new feature was implemented with the player in mind. It all comes down to what makes Oblivion, Oblivion. What are those features that just immediately come to mind for players when they think of the game?
The mini-games are the mini-games. Those are so iconic to Oblivion.
Great! How's it go again?
Like lockpicking. You can put a fresh coat of paint on it, but you can't change it too much because it's part of the core experience.
Whether you're returning to Cyrodiil or you're a newcomer.
I'm going to follow you and watch you.
Oh,
and
he's
worship
even
the
scarier,
ground you
dude.
walk on.
Oh my
You will
god.
instantly feel at home. It just feels better. We've modernized a lot, but it's still the same incredible adventure and the same carefully handcrafted world.
Well, it's about time. Do you know how long we've been waiting?
Oblivion is a core part of the story of Bethesda Game Studios. None of what we're surrounded by right now would be here if we hadn't made that game and if it hadn't been the success that it was. The effort that we put into it, the sort of the love that went into it, I think that comes across on the screen.
To have worked on something that people care enough where you're in a position where you can remaster it, it's a privilege.
And now, to help introduce this game to a new generation of players, I feel so lucky.
I really think that people, when they jump back into the remaster, they're going to be shocked at just how good the game looks. The Oblivion gates look absolutely incredible, and I think they're just going to find themselves lost in the world.
Even if it's just the music, for example, just walking around for half an hour in the world, you feel something, and that's precious.
You're going back to a world that you've been to before, but it's better somehow. Like, it's an intangible thing, but it's like, it's new, it's fun, like it's exciting again.
But it's ultimately the same game. There was a lot of respect for what was before, and I think the fans will appreciate that.
From all of us at Bethesda Game Studios
and Virtuous,
we want to thank you for joining us today. Oblivion has a very special place in my heart, and being able to work on this remaster and bring it to a new generation of players has been an incredible experience. We were too excited to get it in your hands and didn't want to just show it off to you and then make you have to wait. The best part of my job is that I get to be the one to announce that the Oblivion remaster will be available today.
Right now. We're downloading it officially.
I was born 87 years ago. But for all these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams.
Yeah, dude, it's the fur. The fur looks crazy.
This is the 27th of last seed. The year of Akatosh 433.
Akatosh.
These are the closing days of the Third Era and the final hours of my life. I have seen the gates of Oblivion. beyond which no waking eye may see.
Hell yeah.
This is only the beginning. Worse is yet to come. Looks clear.
A trap! The time of cleansing draws nigh.
Who now will save us from the coming darkness?
It's him, John Oblivion, the star of the game. Yeah, the Minotaurs look great, dude.
Your own path. Find him and close shut the jaws of Oblivion.
Available today. Includes the DLC, also coming to PS5. No Switch 2. Damn. Robbed. And then you can see Weapons of Order. Armor of Order, Armor of Cataclysm, new quest for unique Akatosh and Mech-runes, dragon armors, weapons, and horse armor sets, of course. Horse armor, gotta love it. Soundtrack, art book, okay. It's happening, fam. What's everybody's feeling? Should we do a poll? Should we do another poll? I can't add a fourth option, but I'd be surprised if anybody gave it an F. Okay, we're gonna post that there and see what you guys think, okay? You're grading it like a school assignment, okay? That's what we're doing. Let's see. Also, shout out 12,000 people on YouTube. That's baller. Jeff Murr, thank you also for resubbing. Even on Twitch, people are saying A's. I mean, you got to give them credit. I think they did a really good job with it. It presents really well. It shows really well. I still am not super clear on why they're calling it a remaster instead of a remake. Because let's be honest, they could get away with calling this just a full-blown remake. But maybe our minds will change once we get in there. More than anything, maybe they're just calling it a remaster instead of a remake because they just don't want the drama and the pressure of calling it a remake. If you call something a remake, it raises the bar a ton and people all like automatically get really turned off, some people at least. So maybe calling it a remaster is just simply a branding thing where they're like, it's just less pressure. Not a bad idea. Yeah, it's out on Steam right now. You can download it. Yep, sure can. It's $50 on Steam. It is indeed. 4,000 people have voted. 77% give it an A. Close to 20% are giving it a B. That is overwhelmingly positive. You got to give them credit. Well, one thing that's interesting, UE5 is poo. So one of the things that's interesting about this is that they specifically said that it is, they said something to the effect of like UE5 is the body and Creation Engine is the mind or something like that. It was something like that, where basically this is something we talked about on stream, was whether you could put just the Creation Engine underneath, basically running as like scripts within Unreal, and then just have Unreal run everything. And it seems like that's what they've been able to do, which means they don't have to rewrite all the AI. They don't have to rewrite all the game logic or questing. Like they can just put that under the hood and let that do it. They're calling it a remaster because the old engine is running the logic under the hood, and they probably felt the changes they made wouldn't support the perception of it as a remake. Well, and either way, like it literally doesn't matter. As far as I can tell, like call it a remaster, people will download it and try it. Call it a remake, people will download it and try it. Like I really don't think it matters what you call it. I think it's just a matter of semantics, where some people feel like what they're seeing could justify the title of a full-blown remake, but still. I will say it's funny. I think Xbox's servers are getting slammed because our download speeds like go from gigabit down to like 0 and then back up to gigabit and then down to 0. It's funny. Is that a Todd jacket? You're damn right it is. We're in, fam. We're in. Yeah, blue screen of death. Don't you dare jinx us. It bricked my PC. My PC melted. Okay. Subtitles, sure. Audio, yeah. Toggle vibration? No. Keep everything on default. Oh. Now that's a title screen right there. That's a good one. That's a good title screen. I'll give him that. That's what we call a sizzle screen. And of course a EULA, which I will read carefully. I'm actually a speed reader, so I can actually read all this that quickly. How cool is that? Options. You know me. Gotta crank it. Show FPS. I was gonna turn on the overlay. I'll do it that way. FOV. Oh God, 75. Who would do that to themselves? I'm gonna go 95. We'll see if that works. Ultra. Lumen hardware ray tracing. Sure. High, yeah. Ultra, why not? DLSS, sure. Let's just crank it, and then we can walk it back. Games are running on SSD. It is, but for some reason, my 980 Samsung SSDs, they don't show as SSDs. I don't know why. Okay. I think we're ready. Here we go.
I was born 87 years ago. For 65 years, I've ruled as Tamriel's emperor. But for all these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams. I have seen the gates of Oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see. Behold, in darkness, a doom sweeps the land. This is the 27th of last seed, the year of Akatosh 433. These are the closing days of the Third Era and the final hours of my life.
It reminds me of Shrek. Yeah, to be clear, this is pre-rendered, just so nobody's confused. This part is. Now we're in the game. I see you guys complaining I left it on DLSS balanced. Okay, I'll change it. Race. Dude, let me move the camera. Look, honestly. Still kind of has the same, like, Oblivion flair. I don't know if it's just the eye shape or what, but it does still have the same feeling, but it just looks way, way better. So you can select your race and then you select your origin. I might go, I don't know, maybe I'll let chat decide. You guys, what do you think I should do? What do you think? Put it in chat and I'll do a random one. Orc? Argonian? Who is the, oh God, there's so many. I see a lot of orcs. I would not Turn that down. Origin, Stronghold, or Orsinium. Raised in a city, we're trained to be as versatile warrior as possible. As such, you're better with magic than most. Your charisma and resilience were honed. Okay, we'll do this. And then we'll randomize. Oh my God. Dude, some of these are horrifying. Yeah, that looks good. Hell yeah, dude. I look like a gothic bad boy. Old or young? Old. Length? Yes. Love it. Name? Lucaler. Okay. Yes. Okay. And you guys were teasing me about the settings. Let me adjust it real quick. You wanted DLSS on quality, not balanced. Fair play. Oh.
By the 9 divines, you're an ugly one.
How
but
dare
then
you?
all orcs are ugly. The most repulsive race in all of Tamriel, really. At least you've got that brutish strength, huh? Must be nice to just rip someone apart like some kind of monster. Oh, but you must be the one orc weakling, huh? Captured by Imperials. How pathetic. You're going to die in here, orc, like an animal in a cage. Hey, you hear that? The guards are coming. For you.
Dude, I am one ugly mofo. It's really gross.
We don't know that, sire. The messenger only said they were attacked.
No, they're dead. I know it.
Uh-oh.
What's this prisoner doing here? This cell is supposed to be off limits.
Usual mix-up with the watch.
Never mind. Get that gate open. Stand back, prisoner. We won't hesitate to kill you if you get in our way.
Yes, mommy. I mean, ma'am.
Prisoner, stand aside. Over by the window. Stay out of the way and you won't get hurt.
Okay.
Prisoner, stand away from the door. Over by the window now.
Yes, sir.
No sign of pursuit, sir. Stay put, prisoner.
Good. Let's go. We're not out of this yet.
You. I've seen you. Let me see your face. You are the one from my dreams. Then the stars were right.
We doing this?
And this is the day. Gods give me strength. Assassins attacked my sons, and I am next. My blades are leading me out of the city along a secret escape route. By chance, the entrance to that escape route leads through your cell.
Okay.
Perhaps the gods have placed you here so that we may meet. As for what you have done, it does not matter. That is not what you will be remembered for. I am your emperor, Uriel Septim. By the grace of the gods, I serve Tamriel as her ruler. You are a citizen of Tamriel, and you too shall serve her in your own way.
The lip sync does look really good. I'll give him that. It really does. No, I'm not interested.
So do we all. But what path can be avoided whose end is fixed by the almighty gods?
Please, sire, we must keep moving.
I got some V-Sync going on. Give me just a second. I'll turn on, or screen tearing turn on. Let me try that again. I've got some screen tearing. I'll turn on V-Sync in a second.
Open it from the other side.
Don't try anything. I'm watching you.
Looks like this is your lucky day. Just stay out of our way.
Yes, puppy. Real quick. I know some people are anti V-Sync, but it's the only way we can get rid of screen tearing. Who's anti V-Sync? People who play a lot of like FPS games because it adds a little bit of latency. So a lot of people are like, only use G-Sync or FreeSync or something, which of course is ideal. But if you're using capture cards, they don't play well
Close
together.
up left. Protect the Emperor.
Protect yourself.
Yes, Daddy?
This is the part where you fall down and bleed to death.
I'm helping! Mythic Dawn Hood. Ooh, a katana, short sword, and a torch. I'm just gonna take it all.
Captain Reno.
She's dead. Sorry, sire, but we have to keep moving.
True. I would have saved her if I could. Wrong
Quiet
button.
and stay out of...
Inventory. I'm gonna use a katana. Dude, I'm so ugly. Look at that mug. Oh my god, dude. It's so bad. Like, it's good, but it's bad, man. Oh, wowza canalza. Will this run on my Legion go? Honestly, probably. Because it is Steam Deck verified.
The way.
How could they be waiting for us here?
Don't know, but it's too late to go back now. Don't worry, sire. We will get you out of here.
They won't be the first to underestimate the Blades.
Yes.
I'll take point. Let's move.
Let's do it.
Stay here, prisoner. Don't try to follow us.
Dude, you know I'm following you. Don't follow us. Immediately follows. I have a sword! Rat meat. Hell yeah, dude. Huh? Okay. To bring up your journal, wrong button. Bring up your journal. So we've got, they did do some overhauling. I do like how clean this is. I do like the look of it. I'm just gonna eat raw rat meat. Why the hell not, right? Magic, greater power, fortify health, clairvoyance, heal minor wounds. Ooh, okay, so we got the map. Dude, it's pretty clean. Gotta give it to him. It's looking pretty clean, dude. Okay. And then the quests. Okay. Okay. Nice. Also, I think the fur looks really good. I've said that like a bunch, but I think it's because so often in these games fur looks terrible. So I'm pleasantly surprised when it doesn't look terrible. Oh, I hear a rat. And I missed. I'll eat your meat. Don't doubt me, I'll do it. A spooky, scary skeleton. Oh, in these games, I always start by taking absolutely everything. And then I regret that I took everything. Hell yeah, that was easy. Okay. Oh no. The Goblin Shaman. Just take everything. So, it looks like there still are all of the load screens. Okay, so our poll on Discord, it looks like we have an answer. It's not totally seamless. We'll see what happens when we go outside. Oh, dude, that's some good stuff. We got some good stuff. We got the club. Steel short sword. Sure, I'll try the axe. Why not? We got rough leather boots. Oh, dude, I'm so wrinkly. I'm so wrinkly. Oh, God. Oh, man. Wow. Okay. We got, you know what? We got a good haul. We're already on our way. Do 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 do. Seems loading is solid. Yeah, dude, it's really tight. Which a lot of us like. I mean, I like tight things personally. I need to stop doing that. It needs, oh yeah, that's right. I gotta give it to him. It's pretty responsive. Mouse and keyboard, frankly, there's like a little bit of latency when you press one of the buttons. Like if you just tap D, there's like a little bit of latency. I think it's just there's a curve on the movement that's a little bit maybe deeper than I would have liked. Giggity. A one-armed zombie. Oh, there's like there's a strafe backward swing. Interesting. I have my shield still. What did he have? Flesh. Yummy. Okay, I don't think I like the axe. I think I've accepted this. What about... I'm gonna go back to the katana, frankly. Can't go wrong with a katana. Hello, ladies. Dude, that second swipe with the katana does a lot. It does a lot. We'll see. As of right now, all of the interiors and stuff are, as far as I can recall, like they're pretty one-to-one. We'll see. Leave me alone. I need my stamina. We'll see how it changes as time goes on. But it seems pretty close to one-to-one, which might be why they went with the remaster term, but either way. But just like, take a minute to appreciate the sheer level of detail, like with the geometry on the ground. There's so much packed in here. House hit detection? I mean, it feels, it's an Elder Scrolls game. Like it, you're not playing these games for the super robust, you know, melee in first person. It's serviceable. I would say it doesn't feel quite as like punchy as Avowed did, but it feels better than the original, which I think was the entire goal. I mean, it just had to be reminiscent of the original while feeling improved. Quick saving, there we go. Look in the barrel. Ooh. Sneak, sneaky, sneaky. That was quite the scream. Jesus. He made me feel bad about killing him. Roasted rat meat. I'm living high. I love the idea that there's a chest you lockpick into, and the big thing you get out of there are lockpicks. Yeah, it feels like Oblivion. It's not quite, it's not quite on the level of what like Avowed had, because Avowed did a lot of work on the melee combat, but it's definitely better than the original. But it still feels like the original, which I think is like the big thing that they were trying to do. Okay, interesting strategy. I mean, let me know what you guys think. I think, based on what I'm seeing, it feels like the AI is pretty much one-to-one. Whoop. I forgot how many, they just throw potions at you. Who needs stealth when you have a katana? Just taking all of it, and then I'm gonna get super over encumbered. Look at that AI, how radiant. You want third person? I'll give you third person. It's actually not bad. It's not bad. It definitely is better than the original's third person mode. Hey, hey. Taking all the stuff. Oh my god. Oh my god. I want all this stuff. Dude, all the chests. All of the chests. Okay. More rats under there. Love to see it. Love to see it. Sweet. We're almost there, fam. We're almost there. Ooh, baby. And performance? Not bad. Like, I'm okay if with a 4090 I'm hitting 90 frames. If it looks good.
My blood for this is the part where you fall down and bleed to death. For the Emperor!
I think that was all of them. Let me take a look around.
Have you seen the prisoner?
Don't mind me.
Sire, we have to go now. Damn it, it's that prisoner again. Kill him. He might be working with the assassins.
No.
No, he is not one of them. He can help us.
Dude, I almost killed him.
He must help us.
As you wish, sire.
They cannot understand why I trust you. They've not seen what I've seen.
I haven't seen what
you've
you've
seen. How can I explain? Listen, you know the Nine, how they guide our fates with an invisible hand.
I'm not on good terms.
I've served the Nine all my days, and I chart my course by the cycles of the heavens. The skies are marked with numberless sparks, each a fire, and every one a sign. I know these stars well, and I wonder, which sign marked your birth?
Great question. Great question. I figure the warrior probably makes the most sense. For me, greater power paralyzes the target for 10 seconds, reduces the caster's fatigue by 20, okay. Serpent spell, deal 3 points of damage for 20 seconds. It also cures poison, dispels 90 points, and damage fatigue, 100 points to the caster. Can be used once a day. Endurance buff would also be good. That would also be good. I think I'm just gonna go warrior. I think that makes the most sense.
The signs I read show the end of my path. My death, a necessary end, will come when it will come.
I feel like that's one of those lines of dialogue that's supposed to sound profound, but when you break it down, like, it literally means nothing. My death will come when it comes. Yes, that's true for everybody.
Your stars are not mine. Today, the warrior shall prove a stalwart companion when fortune fades.
Yes, quite. Aren't you afraid to die?
No trophies of my triumphs precede me, but I have lived well, and my ghost shall rest easy. Men are but flesh and blood. They know their doom, but not the hour. In this, I am blessed to see the hour of my death, to face my apportioned fate, then fall. My dreams grant me no opinions of success. Their compass ventures not beyond the doors of death. But in your face, I behold the sun's companion. The dawn of Akatosh's bright glory may banish the coming darkness. With such hope, And with the promise of your aid, my heart must be satisfied.
Okay.
I go to my grave. A tongue shriller than all the music calls me. You shall follow me yet for a while. Then we must part.
Okay.
You may as well make yourself useful. Here, carry this torch and stick close.
Okay.
My job is to make sure the Emperor gets out of here alive, and I intend to do it.
It's funny, you can see on the FPS graph, so we were at like 79 frames while looking at the Emperor, but we're at 86 looking at this guy. I don't know if it's just the fur is harder to render or if it's because the lighting and the background was in the frame, but it's funny to me that we got 7 extra frames just by turning the camera, you know?
Although I admit, things are not going according to plan.
Is he playing at 4K? Yeah, so we're at 4K. We literally cranked everything to ultra, including ray tracing, which is off by default. And we have DLSS on quality, but no frame generation or anything.
And you'll be all right.
I wonder, okay, hold on. Let's see what happens when we turn ray tracing off, or will it make us reboot? Good bit better. I still think it looks really good, even.
I follow the Emperor's orders.
Maybe it does need a reboot. I don't know. I don't know anymore.
This ends here! Get down! Die! Watch your back, boys! Die, you Oblivion! My sword for the dragon!
God's blood. I don't know why I took the robes again. I already have robes. Okay, and then I need to equip the torch. I thought I picked up like 7 torches. Oh, duh. Yeah, literally 7. So I could have sworn. I'm gonna put that on 1. Sure. No, not the sapphire. God damn it. We're gonna put that on 1.
Die, you scum! Protect the Emperor!
Okay.
This one's mine.
Long!
Dude, leave some for the rest of us.
The dragon fires!
Oh, I want his drip. Dude, I was doing it. He stole my kill. Walking very slowly. The sanctum.
Hold up. I don't like this. Let me take a look.
Bro gonna die.
Looks clear. Come on. We're almost through to the sewers. Damn it! The gate is barred from the other side. A trap!
What about that side passage back there?
Worth a try. Let's go.
Let's go. You gotta love Oblivion.
It's a dead end. What's your call, sir?
They're behind us. Wait here, sire.
Wait here with the Emperor. Guard him with your life.
Yes, sir.
Obliv for the Emperor!
It's okay, sir.
Do your worst.
I have a shield.
My sword!
You're lucky I like that. Otherwise, you'd be dead.
Die!
Okay, I'll go.
Oblivion, take me
down.
I can go no further. You alone must stand against the Prince of Destruction and his mortal servants. He must not have the Amulet of Kings. Take the amulet, give it to Joffrey. He alone knows where to find my last son. Find him and close shut the jaws of Oblivion.
Yes, sir. Oh!
Stranger, you chose a bad day to take up with the cause of the Septons.
For the blade.
Can I move his body? Yeah, you can. You can drag him a little bit. Just like a little bit. But you can technically move the bodies around. Don't mind me. I'm sorry. I was supposed to guard him and he died. I'll just move him in here. Don't worry. It'll be fine. Nope, he's stuck. Oh, we're almost there. Okay, come on. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. Come with me. Don't give up on me. Come on. You were in Star Trek, for God's sake. You'll be fine. Nope. Okay. Can't search him.
We failed.
Sorry.
The Blades are sworn to protect the Emperor. Now he and all his heirs are dead. The amulet. Where's the amulet of kings? It wasn't on the Emperor's body.
I don't know.
Strange. He saw something in you. Trusted you. They say it's the dragon blood that flows through the veins of every septim.
Fusroda?
They see more than lesser men. The amulet of kings is a sacred symbol of the Empire. Most people think of the red dragon crown, but that's just jewelry. The amulet has power. Only a true heir of the blood can wear it, they say. He must have given it to you for a reason. Did he say why? Joffrey?
Yeah.
He said that? Why?
Why am I telling him everything?
Nothing I ever heard about. But Joffrey would be the one to know. He's the Grand Master of my order. Although you may not think so to meet him, he lives quietly as a monk at Waynon Priory, near the city of Coral.
Coral.
First, you need to get out of here. Through that door must be the entrance to the sewers, past the locked gate. That's where we were heading. It's a secret way out of the Imperial City. Or it was supposed to be secret. Here, you'll need this key for the last door into the sewers.
Okay.
There are rats and goblins down there. But from what I've seen of you, I'm guessing you're an experienced knight.
Sort of.
Am I right?
Tutorial completed. Okay, now we can pick our class. Rogue, Scout. I think we probably do Knight. Maybe, I mean, Knight would be nice for some of the dialogue stuff. Crusader is nice if we just want to go like sheer craziness. Speech. I think Knight. Barbarian, Warrior. Warrior could be nice too because the endurance. I'll go Knight. Especially, I think it's funny that I would be a knight while also looking the way I look.
I thought so. A few rats and goblins won't give you any trouble.
Sorry, I should have looked at chat. Everybody's saying barbarian.
You must get the amulet
Too
to
late.
Joffrey. Take no chances, but proceed to Waynon Priory immediately. Got it?
Yes,
Good.
I understand.
The Emperor's trust was well placed.
What about you?
I'll stay here to guard the Emperor's body and make sure no one follows you. You better get moving. May Talos guide you. By the way, thanks for recovering Captain Renault's sword. I'll see that it is given a place of honor in the halls of the Blades.
No, that's okay. I'll just keep it. Damn it! Took it back. I get it. I get why. I'm still mad about it. I guess I'll try the Warhammer now. The ragdoll physics always crack me up. Just a lot of robes. A lot of robes. Why can I not? Some of the interactions aren't working. So, can I loot him now?
Leave the Emperor in peace.
Can I just kill him? Okay, vote. I'm gonna do a poll if I should just attack. I'm gonna get one shot that he's gonna kill me.
That's not smart. You're lucky I like you. Otherwise, you'd be dead already. That's not smart.
Hit him over the head with a two-handed great hammer. It's like, you're lucky I like you.
You're lucky I like you. Otherwise,
Okay.
you'd be dead already.
I'm getting the hint that I cannot kill you. That's what I'm taking away from this. Oh, maybe pickpocket? Oh, it'll let you pickpocket him. Okay. He doesn't have much. Okay. What?
Do you have a death wish? Trust me. You don't want to try that again.
Sorry. I'm just living my life, man. Trying my very best. Trying my very best. A lot of starter class. Yeah, dude, there's a lot here. There's a lot. My biggest, like, question going into this was I was just curious if it was still gonna feel like Oblivion, or if it was gonna feel like kind of an outdated AA RPG. But it actually does feel like Oblivion. I mean, they've actually managed to preserve it, and I think it's probably just the way that they did it, you know, just bringing over all of the game logic into Unreal and then using Unreal to basically just run all of those scripts and stuff. So it's actually worked quite well. And I think it comes from understanding like what people liked about Oblivion. Like, is anybody going to be pissed that now there's like a lot more detail on the ground? Like, no, people are going to love that. Oh, the flies flying around all of the poo. That's a good touch. We like that. We like the flies on the poo. All the cockroaches and stuff. That, like, those are good improvements. But if they were to like overhaul the AI and make it so NPCs don't react the way that they do or that they should, that I think would tick more people off, because they'd be like, oh, you lost the soul of the game, you know? Because part of Oblivion's history is that it was kind of clunky and didn't work super great, and the AI was kind of stupid. And that's just part of it, you know? You can try to rebuild it, but I think maybe that's where the distinction of remake to remaster is important, because by setting it this way, there are, you know, I think expectations are more in line with it being closer to the original. This is the gate Skyrim, as you can tell by the dragon. We do this, then we wake up on a wagon. Edit identity, edit class. You guys were saying barbarian. Fair play. Okay, anything else I should change? Anything else you want to see? I know some people were wondering if we could do like stealth archer, because they did overhaul some of that. I'd be down to try that too. I don't know. Does anybody have any strong feelings? You're finally awake. Yeah. Battle mage, barbarian, Shrek. I'm basically Shrek at this point. Yeah. I think that's the big one. Save here. Yeah, I guess I should see how they manage. There we go. Let's do it.
"16 times the detail."
How's performance so far? It's pretty solid. We're gonna see now that we're out how it holds up in the open world. Damn, dude. So the first thing I wanted to test was ray tracing. So as you can see, they're using screen space reflections here. I want to see what it looks like when we turn on the full ray tracing in this open area. I thought we crashed there for a second. I was worried. There we go. So they're doing kind of a mix. So like the foliage on the tree does not ray trace. They use screen space reflections for that, but the trunk of the tree is ray traced, which is interesting. Interesting, okay. And then they're still using screen space for the hammer. Okay, so it's not full like reflections. Dude, look at this, all the fishies. Clams. Look at this, man. Wowza. It does sort of feel like a really crazy modded version of Skyrim. It's very interesting. Now let's go and, because like very few people should ever run anything on crazy ultra everything. Let's try just running it on high. That will have the settings as such. And I'll turn off hardware ray tracing, because that can cause, you know, plenty of problems. But let's see what it looks like running on a more normal setting loadout. Nothing. Nuke smash.
Am I supposed to be impressed? Ha! This ends here.
Dude, it's the immediate transition to the like call music. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, third person, sure.
Let's get this over with.
Ow. I'm sorry. It's just a very sharp transition. Oh, that's funny. I'm gonna sleep. Nope, can't sleep. I'll take the mutton. And you can still pick stuff up. There you go. Crab people. Crab people. Yeah. The sprinting while in third person does feel a little weird. Like, not necessarily bad. It just feels like a little weird. But in terms of optimization and stuff, GPU utilization is at 100. That's what you hope to see. Some games we've tried, like I remember back like a couple years ago when we were playing Starfield. Starfield had some issues where it would be stuck at like 75% utilization on the GPU because it was CPU bound and like memory constrained, and there were all sorts of memory leak issues and random stuff like that. But here it does seem to be at the very least well optimized on the GPU side of things. Running up hills, not that a little clunky, a little weird. Yeah, there's like some pop in when you look in the distance. Again, it's like a 2006 game wrapped in Unreal, is what it seems like. You can see up there. I would not consider that to be a big deal. I have seen way worse. Let's be honest. I mean, this does all just really make me wonder if they're considering doing a similar thing for Elder Scrolls 6. But I would think that that's going to cause all sorts of modding issues. They won't be able to do that anymore. But if they want to deal with one of the big complaints of Starfield, which is that it didn't look graphically very good, or on par with like the competition, maybe this is the strategy. So like here you can see around the trunk like the lighting difference. Let me go back, and then let's try one more time cranking it to ultra, and I'm going to turn on ray tracing again, and I want to compare the lighting around. Yeah, night and day around the trees. It's these darker areas underneath like the cover of leaves and stuff where you see a huge difference. But man, they actually did it. They actually did like a total overhaul. Golly. Gee whiz. Ooh, golly, that was a dip. That was a dip. Oh, what is happening with the lighting? That was weird. So bear in mind, I'm running this on a 4090, okay? We do have everything cranked to ultra. So we are literally demanding the most we possibly could out of it. But this is not one of those remaster remakes where you can just expect, if you have really powerful hardware, to crank everything. It does seem like there's still going to be some performance drop. You can see it is still ray tracing, like the bridge and some of the bigger architecture. If you look at the screen, normally when you're using just screen space reflections, if you go like this, that would get clipped out and you wouldn't see those reflections anymore. But see, some stuff is still based on screen space, but I don't know. It's interesting. They're using like a hybrid of all these different techniques. It is like a through and through overhaul. It really does look way better, but it still feels like Oblivion, which is what I think a lot of people were hoping for. There you go. When was the dentist appointment? I'll have to leave in a little bit for it. I'm dreading it. They can't ray trace the alpha cutout leaves, I bet. I mean, there's been other games that have managed to ray trace stuff like that, but yeah, if they're using just the, instead of like actual geometry, they're just using alpha cutout. I don't know. I don't know. Might also just be that it's not worth a performance drop to include that. Oh, I hear some footy steps. Dude, there's just something so hardcore about beating a wolf to death with a gigantic hammer. Why was the wolf carrying a lockpick? Dude, I forgot that about some of these Elder Scrolls games where like you find a skeleton and the skeleton's carrying around 5 books and a loaf of bread. And you're like, what are you doing? Go commit a crime? Okay. Oh, so pretty. Well, I kind of want to run up here. Let's go to the actual objective and commit a crime and see some of that dialogue. Going up hills, man, it starts to get caught and you start to like crawl up the hill. Ugh. Come on, you can do it. Come on. Looks gorgeous. Yeah, I think they did a good job of the presentation. I think, if anything, I'm interested in hearing, like, well, I guess I should ask. So any of you guys out there, are any of you guys, no, it turned VSync on? No, that's not why. It's because we have everything cranked to ultra, including hardware ray tracing. When we turn hardware ray tracing off, you'll see, it goes back above 60. So it's not VSync related. It's that we have the settings turned up. But any of you guys, are any of you guys playing on console, on like PlayStation or Xbox? I want to know, are there performance settings? Like, is there performance mode? And maybe the one I'm most interested in, is it PlayStation 5 Pro like supported or enhanced? I think is the term. Is it PS5 Pro enhanced? Can somebody check if they have a PS5 Pro? Because it'd be very interesting if it was. I'm curious. Yes. Some people are saying 30 FPS. I mean, imagine it's 30 if it's on the like fidelity mode, but that's pretty standard. Most games that have fidelity mode target 30 on fidelity. Performance targets like 40 to 60. But if it's PS5 Pro enhanced, I'm curious what the... It is? Okay. By the way, you're playing for it? Yeah, this is 4K. Everything's on ultra except right now we have the ray tracing turned off, maybe what I do is I try to do full screen. Okay. And then I'm going to go into the settings. I'm going to turn the hardware ray tracing on, and I'm just going to show you the side by side because I feel like some people are not. And then let me pull up both pictures and we'll see if we can do a little side by side. So this is the side by side between like ray tracing on and off. So I think the biggest difference is if you look like here in the trees, enhance. So you can see over here, there's actual shadows under the trees. If we go over to the non-ray traced one, there's nothing, you know? Ambient occlusion is actually doing something in the underside of like the rocks. Ooh, move that out of the way. It just, everything looks way flatter when you have it turned off. You know, there's a lot more depth and contrast in the background with the lighting. Especially like you can see around the trees and stuff, the actual trunks are darkened. So is it enough for you to decide like, oh yeah, I want to turn that on and sacrifice like 15, 20 frames? That's going to be up to you to decide, but it does make a difference, and it definitely makes a difference in performance too, as you can see. But there is a difference. But yeah, can anybody tell me what the did I try without DLSS? Unfortunately, I'm down to turn it off. Unfortunately, though, I think it's pretty clear in 2025, ray tracing still is not viable without DLSS. Thank you, NVIDIA. But if you turn it off and you just use like, I don't know, temporal stuff is super blurry. I'm going to go FXA. Oh God. Oh God. It's so grainy. Oh my God. Why is it so grainy? What is 0 by 1605 resolution? What are we doing? Okay, hold on. Let's go full screen. Okay. Let's go full screen. There we go. I don't know why the game's not working. It's rendering at 0 by 1605. Yeah, man, that don't look too good. That don't look too good. Oh God. Okay, we'll use a different anti-aliasing. Hold on. Let's use the temporal one. It just makes it super blurry. But even then, you know, we're in the high 30s, low 40s. But we do have everything like cranked. So there's that. But nowadays, you pretty much need DLSS to get anything running half decent. Is HDR an option? I am not sure. I am not using a setup that is compatible with HDR. Capture cards do not like HDR. Resolution scale is at 100. Okay. Let's go all the way back down. And you'll see, I mean, when we turn on DLSS, even if we put it to like balanced, you'll see performance is like night and day, like an extra 20, 30 frames. Like that's stupid, but that's just how it is in 2025. But maybe we should look at it on low. Should we set it on low? See what that looks like? Because this is Steam Deck verified. And I'm guessing that requires it to run on low. Hardware ray tracing, but everything is on low. Okay, and then we'll put that on quality. Okay. We'll still even use DLSS. Oh God. Maybe we just need to load in. Maybe we need to reload. Maybe that's it. Okay, well, quick save. Let's try reloading, and maybe that fixes it. Looks like 2006 Oblivion. Oh no. Can somebody smarter than me explain what's going on? Restart the game? Yeah, I thought maybe like reloading it would help, but it's just all the, oh, maybe. No, it's when we look down. What if it's just this area? Maybe we get to the top of the hill and then like once this unloads, it'll be fine. Because it's not doing it up here. When we look this way, it's only when we look this way. Granted, it's only in the distance. Well, even that's pretty close up. But when we look this way, it doesn't happen. That's weird. Yeah, over here it's not doing it, but this is the hill of death. But we look over here and it doesn't do it. I don't understand. Yeah, I might need to reload the cell. I thought reloading the game would do that, but I guess maybe it doesn't fully dump assets if it doesn't need it. Yeah, look at that low setting, low pop in. Look at that. So this is probably, I mean, granted, it'll run at like 720p, but this is about the quality setting you're probably seeing on the Steam Deck, which is, I mean, to be fair, it's a handheld, but this is about what we can expect to see, I would expect. But bear in mind, this is still with DLSS turned on. Oh, now it's back. So I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand. Let me go back. Let's turn it off low. And if that goes away, let's just go to high. Yeah, no longer an issue. So I guess on low, there's just some issue. I don't know. Acrobatics. Yeah, I'm fast as fudge, boy. It does have random dips when you load into new areas or when it's popping in a new cell. Like there, we drop down into the 40s, but then it picks up. This right now, what you're seeing right now is DLSS set to quality. It's on high and there's no ray tracing. And this is about what you can expect on a 4090. So kind of like we were expecting. I think the takeaway is that as with most Unreal Engine games, it's really heavy. Like this is not Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, okay? Like it's very, very heavy. And it does have a high ceiling. You can really crank it if you want to, graphically. But doing so causes major frame dips and stuff. And I'm sure that they're just like, turn on frame generation, that'll fix it. But that to me is not, you know, an excuse. The running animation is so goofy. It's very, very BGS, is it not? It's very BGS. I arrived at the Priory. Hello? Hello? Yeah, interiors look really good though.
Yes? Can I help you?
Oh God, what a haircut.
Indeed. Another mysterious visitor. Well, go ahead. You know what you're looking for. I'll just go back to my reading.
Okay. Can I turn on frame generation? Well, dude, we're locked at 120 in here. Does that mean that this is just like a... No, it's not even a VRAM issue outside.
Yes.
Hold on. I'll be right back, Father. I'll be right back. Because we're locked at max. This monitor, or this capture card rather, is locked at 120 FPS. That's the most it can capture at 4K. But when we go out, watching the VRAM and RAM, because I'm trying to figure out what the bottleneck is. Like, what is the limiting factor here? VRAM goes up to 48%. RAM still down at 27. I guess it is just GPU limited with the sheer amount of detail and foliage and stuff. I guess that's what it must be. Interesting. But I mean, look at all these assets. All of this looks so much better. Look at that. Totally rebuilt. Wowza canowza. CPU usage is also quite low. Yeah. It really does just seem that, you know, the GPU maxes out when it's outside, but inside it's got enough headroom. It can max out the frame rate. But I mean, what the goal of this was, it was trying to be a new take, a new presentation of a classic game. And I think that's what it is. It's heavy. It's not something that you're going to be able to run at 200 frames a second. But the thing with remasters and remakes is that, like, it's an older game that's being rebuilt, sure. But you hope that they do enough that it's graphically overhauled and it looks significantly better, such that you probably can't run it at 200 FPS. Like, if you wanted to get this running at 200 FPS, it would probably look a lot like the original, which I think people would not love. So I think it's doing what it wants to do. The fact that they've been able to pretty much keep the creation engine running everything underneath, and that it's basically just running through like an Unreal Engine wrapper, basically, seems to have worked quite well, because it does still have the same AI behaviors. It has the same game logic and all that stuff, but you get prettier presentation. I will say, I think that the ray tracing is where the game looks way, way better. But the ray tracing, you need to use DLSS. You probably want to use something like frame generation. And even then, like, it's going to tank your frames a good amount. How much VRAM do you have? I think the 4070 or 4090 has 24 gigs, I think. Is the combat different than normal Oblivion? I mean, it plays pretty close to Skyrim, Like, it's better than original Oblivion. It's a little bit tighter. It feels like Skyrim. Not quite on the level of like Avowed though. Is there stealth kills? Like, did they add stealth kills to the prologue thing we just did? No. Like, you can sneak up behind them and mash him with the hammer, but there's not like sneak up behind and stab. Is there parrying? Not that I've seen. No. It seems like they've overhauled the stamina a bit. So again, it plays very similarly to Skyrim, but there's not been like a full parry system added. So those rumors and speculation seems to have been misplaced. But yeah, it seems to do a really good job of it. Are there kill cams? No, not like Skyrim, not that I've seen at least. Again, I think that that's part of it. If they called it a remake, they would be expected to add a lot of stuff like that, even stuff that was in Skyrim, and, you know, bring that forward. But for this, I don't think they need to do that. Is there an in-game store? No, it seems like they are selling the extra stuff exclusively through like DLC. So on Steam, you'll see it as DLC to upgrade to the premium edition, or even on the main menu. Here, let me save. You'll see there's a pop-up asking you to check out like the DLC. Hold on. I will show you. See, available now, deluxe upgrade. So I think that's where they're doing it, but they're not doing a full in-game store. They're just going to do the deluxe upgrade, and then maybe they'll have extra cosmetics they sell in the future, but that's the thing. Let's see. What do you think? Is it worth it so far? If you want to like experience Oblivion, I think this is the definitive way to experience Oblivion. Does it like magically reinvent the experience into a totally different game? No, but I don't think people would have liked that, and I don't think that's what they were trying to do. You know, they were trying to bring Oblivion to a new audience and rebuild it and reframe it. I think that's exactly what they did, and it did a good job. You know, I'm going to keep checking it out. I'm going to keep playing it after the dentist. But they seem to have done a really solid job with it. There's some performance stuff that's weird, but I think I'll wait till, you know, more tech savvy people will figure it out and evaluate it. When's it out? Right now. You can download it right now. He took my thing.